Today's lead story. Galakrond decks are getting nerfed. 2 more nerfs to Shaman because Shaman didn't get nerfed hard enough. Dragon's Pack, now if you've invoked twice, get +2/+2 instead of +3/+3. That's not just a 1/1 stat nerf, it's a 2/2 stat nerf because it hits both sides of the pack. And that's a big deal because instead of 5 6s, you get 4 5s. And that's a big deal because quite a lot of minions that are seeing play right now in standard Hearthstone top off at 5 health, which meant that previously Dragon's Pack was able to kill it in one go, but now you need 1 extra damage to do it. And there's Invocation of Frost. Mana cost increased from 1 to 2. That one's... I didn't see that one coming. It turns out that invoking really fast and then being able to go into your Dragon's Pack was really good. This is probably a good segue to say that it's not necessarily that this set was overpowered. Sure, the first round of nerfs, they were probably necessary because Galakrond Shaman was taking up a huge part of the meta. But this set of nerfs, I'd say this is really optional. The meta looks like it was settling at a pretty decent point. Many viable decks. No decks were really seeing more than 10 to 15% played rate in the metagame. So all in all, it's a good meta, but it's worth mentioning that this follows a more proactive stance from the Hearthstone team. That they want not just for there to be a few top decks, but they want to have a lot of variety in decks, which I applaud. These nerfs all hit mostly the highest win rate decks, so they're going to be pushed down a little bit, whereas all the other decks are going to get a bit of a chance to shine a bit more. Notably, we've not seen as much dragon action in Descent to Dragons because Galakrond decks have been really strong. Over on the Warlock front, this is a bit of a surprise, but Fiendish Rites will have the mana cost increased from 3 to 4. This is clearly a move targeted towards Zoo. Maybe towards some sort of control Galakrond Warlock. Galakrond Warlock Zoo actually one of the higher win rates right now, but it's not really on as many people's radar. So yeah, mana cost increases from 3 to 4 and still gonna be a card that Galakrond Zoo is going to play, and it's good. That's probably the theme across most of these nerfs. The decks are still going to be good, but maybe other decks will be just a little bit better in comparison, and we're gonna see more decks in the general competition now. Warrior. Warrior has Scion of Ruin nerfed. You know how much I loved playing that deck. Mana cost increased from 3 to 4. This isn't going to kill the Galakrond Warrior deck, and the deck is probably going to look still mostly the same, but it just pushes back everything a turn. Yes, you would still want to play Scion of Ruin for 4 mana. 4 mana for 9/6 in Rush is still really good. If you want to combo Scion of Ruin with Dragon Breeder, you still can. Just cost 6 mana instead of 5 mana. If you want to combo Scion of Ruin with Barista Lynchin, you still can. Just cost 9 mana instead of 8 mana. If you want to combo Scion of Ruin with Galakrond, well now you can't because 7 plus 4 equals 11. So that's a notable change. The tempo from playing Galakrond into Scion of Ruin and coming out with 3 7/6s with Rush, that was quite good at 10 mana. And we have Ancharrr. Durability reduced from 3 to 2. So Ancharrr was the one thing keeping Pirate Warrior afloat. Hoo-hoo! Basically, Ancharrr got nerfed by a full 2 extra damage because that's 1 durability, and 1 less card draw. So the card is less good. It's still great to play it early, but maybe Pirate Warrior kind of kicks the bucket because Ancharrr was that disgusting, and it's probably unhealthy for 1 card to increase your win rate by that much when you play it. That's the same line with Dragon's Pack, and also the same theory about Necrom Apothecary, the next card to get nerfed. Mana cost increased from 4 to 5. Delaying the rogue plan by a full turn is a big nerf. That said, the Necrom Apothecary is still really good. I said in my review that I think I would still be playing it at 6 mana. Hidden nerf to Necrom Apothecary is that Zephrys will probably now more accurately target Necrom Apothecary. So it used to see a 4 mana 2/5, which gained a Death Rattle, and given that the 4 mana 2/5 is okay in stats, the Death Rattle wasn't considered that high a priority. So you wouldn't always get Silence or Shadow Madness to deal with it. But when Zephyr sees a 5 mana 2/5, which gained a Death Rattle, it's gonna think that that Death Rattle is significantly better. That is what I've gathered on how Zephrys works, by the way, little known knowledge. All rogue decks were running Necrom Apothecary, so rogues get hit a bit, but it was a really big high roll card. Did you get Necrom Apothecary on 4? Well, I guess you win. Now, when it's turn 5 and you do the Necrom Apothecary, it's a little bit less likely to work. Also, the high roll was Necrom Blade into Necrom Apothecary. Necrom Vial also could follow the turn 4 Necrom Apothecary. Now, it's really awkward to do that. And final nerf was Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Pretty minor nerf. You just can't generate Dragon Queen Alexstrasza with Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. When I first reviewed the card, I was like, wait, can you do that? That looks disgusting. And apparently it was ruled to be too disgusting. Basically, the set of nerfs reduces a lot of high roll potential. All the Highlander decks are still going to run Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Rogue decks are probably still going to run Necrom Apothecary. Galakrond Shaman is still probably going to be okay despite them getting hit by 6 nerfs. Warrior Galakrond still going to be alright, and Warlock Zoo still going to be alright. So all the top tier decks just got lowered a little bit, allowing for all the other decks to catch up a little bit. With these nerfs, the meta might be even more solid, with even more decks that are viable. Notable winners are Resurrect Priest, that didn't get hit, Highlander Hunter, which didn't get hit, well, Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, but that's barely a hit. I could list a whole variety of decks, but basically anything that doesn't get hit by these nerfs, so that's 5 classes that didn't get hit, are going to be better in comparison to these 4 classes, and I think these 4 classes are still fine. Looking forward to more decks that'll work in the meta.